We're back playing with the sargassum seaweed today. No machinery out here because I guess it's the weekend and they don't run machines on the weekend. So we're gonna go to some big piles and see what else we find out here. So let's walk down the beach. This area is the fresh, still washing up every wave. And there's a big pile coming in as we speak. We'll probably see it in just a moment. It washes up on the beach, and then you see from yesterday's live we did, they are out here with pitchforks, tractors, and sand rakes, cleaning the stuff away, taking it away. We give these hotels a place to have their guests. So this is some of the stuff that's being washed up with them. Little shrimp, and it's full of it. That's part of the smells that come with all the rotting seaweed. The other issue they had is the sharks and the jellyfish are coming in on the seaweed, following all the life that's on it. So let's walk down a little bit to the bigger piles. Got definitely more tourists out here today. Much less on Friday, over more people here on the weekend. Need to get the afternoon storm coming in. There's also a different decomposition of the seaweed. As it first coming in, another problem when they take it away is they lose a lot of sand. The next step is this here. Starts to turn colors and get more rotten. If it stays long enough, it dries out and gets brittle. But unfortunately, it takes away from the aesthetics of the perfect Caribbean beach. They're running a tractor back and forth here for hours yesterday. Loading and loading and loading. Truckload after truckload of this stuff. And it's several feet thick. And just right here, you're at over a foot of layers of seaweed and sand. Now you see up here, it's like a road of seaweed. So I guess what they do is little by little, they keep shoveling it from the coastline up into the walking area. Just up ahead where you're gonna go, it gets about 3 or 4 feet thick of mounds of seaweed. Piles and piles. And it's full of all those little shrimp. Hopefully most can get out as it washes up. But there's a whole ecosystem in here when it's floating in the water. Fish, shrimp, crabs, all kinds of sea life. And it's a food. This is where our pet sargassum fish, Bob, came from this, but on the west coast of Florida. Oh yes, Bobby. It's definitely a female. Every time I feed her, she lays eggs. And they lay eggs like a frog, just a big mass of gelatin. So there's a whole ecosystem on the small side, and they feed the bigger fish, the mahi and the tuna. The other thing we're looking for while we're doing this walk is turtle nests. So they've been having a lot of turtle nesting lately. You see how deep it gets. There's a hole there. Stay alive. No drowning on the beach. Not in Mexico. It's almost all weathered out. I think as they get closer, the animals are going down to the seafloor. Marco. Yes. So here's some of the places where the seaweed is actually retaining the sand. Just layers and layers. They definitely have an erosion problem. See, right here is a good one too. Of seaweed and sand.
I was reading that by far this is the worst. They have gotten they have seen record number thousands of tons of sargassum this year. They say that gotten here on a month. They are more than what the as a whole in the whole.
And last year or 2 years ago was really bad. So if it's worse than that, it's amazing. And they said Tulum, which is about an hour and a half south of here, is even worse.
By that from Romania.
Hey, Romania's back in. We had some family out last night watching the turtles nesting. And I think they're trying to do some turtle releasing last night. We're going to attempt to catch that this evening. Yeah, no cleaning. Definitely no cruise all day today. Here's another where it's just, I'm over 6 feet tall. That's up to my knees. Of just a massive sand and seaweed. This is after they were working all day yesterday for sure. Just hundreds and thousands of pounds. It goes on forever. And Gulf issue. I think I heard people reporting yesterday in Texas they've had issues. We definitely have issues in Florida, both East, West Coast, and the Keys. Mid-thigh, I'm over 6 feet tall, so that's a lot of seaweed. And there's just, as you see, endless. Endless coming in.
Take away of the amazing experience at the hotel, you know.
No, as a matter of fact, you enjoy the hotel more when this is here.
Exactly.
Nobody's on the.
Just that, let's say it's not the best time to enjoy the beach.
It also goes to show how much we're doing by fertilizing the waters. This is all growing from extra nutrients in the water. Here's some pieces of turtle eggs.
Little turtle eggshell.
So I think they've been having nestings nightly and hatchings on occasion. Definitely some bigger piles down here. Gonna walk through the drier part, or you want to stay through here? I just don't know if there's holes.
there might be.
And this is still minimal compared to what we're gonna see in a little bit.
Beach. August 9, 2020.
Another turtle egg.
Another turtle egg shell.
It's very similar to snake eggs and maybe iguana eggs. I guess typical reptile.
We're currently in Cancun, Mexico. For those of you asking. Okay, and how? Yeah. Over the wall of sea.
And now we go through a road of seaweed. I actually see all the animals that are starting to feed on the decomposition. Someone yesterday was talking about why don't we eat it or do something else with it. Well, it's full of arsenic because it sucks it out of the ocean. So it's definitely pulling all the toxins out of the ocean.
They're using it for fuel, though. They are recycling it. I was reading earlier that they are.
Imagine powering power plants and stuff and water purification places. It's almost like they're storing it here. These might be the turtles I'm talking about. Holes. There's no like sandcastles next to it, so. And they're telling us that when they catch the turtles laying the eggs, they'll actually harvest them right away in order to protect them by putting them into a special incubation area. How big this pile is. Standing on at least a foot more of seaweed. So there's probably almost 6 feet of seaweed right here. I said earlier, the concern is for swimming in the beach right now. The seaweed is bringing in all the creatures. The sharks that are feeding on the fish, it's bringing in the jellyfish that are riding the currents. So they're doing the best they can. I did see where they're doing barriers to keep it off some of the beaches on other parts of Mexico.
And basically ending on the beach.
There's some
And
more.
there you go.
How it does dry out. But when it gets thick, the bottom never really dries out. Even here, it's dead, but it's still wet. So it does not decompose fast enough for the beach environment.
It's like icebergs. You see like icebergs of look at this.
Yes, yep.
I'm talking addition to fertilizer runoff is a warmer temperature of the sea and climate driven. Making it like a perfect storm.
But primarily the nutrients and definitely warmer water keeps it going. But without the nutrients, it has nothing to grow off of. But luckily, just offshore, The water is very clean,
You can
and
see
they're parasailing.
you can see the beautiful colors of the beach beyond the sargassum. That's beautiful. Hi, Angelina. Hi, Tere. We are currently in Cancun, Mexico,
About
in Quintana Roo,
20 minutes south of the airport.
and we're capturing basically the challenge, right, that the area currently has with this tons and tons of sargassum, which is affecting not only Mexico but Dominican Republic. It's also affecting, to a certain extent, I was watching a couple of videos of culebra in Puerto Rico too. So it's basically affecting
All the Caribbean
Caribbean
and
and
the
Central
Gulf.
America. Yeah.
This happens to be some of the worst because it's like a dead end. It can't go around the island because it's just all land. At least the other islands can go around it. Here, it's the final stop, and we're the furthest away from its source because
And
it primarily grows in the Sargassum Sea. So this is the furthest away. That's why it's already more decomposed when it hits the shoreline.
correcto, it's what they call the Atlantic sargassum belt. It's
Yeah.
where it's being held. Miles and miles of sargassum.
I'm gonna go down to go size comparison on this one too.
Sure, I don't know. It's 66, and look how thick that pile of sargassum. Hi, Dennis. It's like icebergs of sargassum.
And we heard complaints of the smell. There is an odor from it, but it's not horrendous today.
Yeah.
But I think we have a good ocean breeze that's keeping the fresh air coming in.
It's a beautiful day in Cancun.
Plus food.
We have some jet skis here for you.
I think these are discounted.
Discount rate. You can take them out of the sand. Anyone ready for it? There's a free ride if you can take them. You can take them out.
That's it. And then you need a paddle. You definitely need a paddle. Hotel here in the next few years. So curious me out there has ever seen these mounds of seaweed before? Actually another patch of fresh seaweed coming in now. We have a whole line of fresh stuff that's just sitting on the beach up here too. And that's in front of a resort that's open. We've seen it at other resorts where they actually are in the water because they have no sandy beaches anymore, just with netting and tarps, gathering it up and wheelbarrowing it off the property.
Seaweed. But you understand the cruise comes on Monday to Friday. Saturday, today we haven't seen
Definitely,
cleaning the seaweed. But yesterday crews were very active.
Definitely no activity today. It's like they're only a Monday through Friday ordeal. But all in all, there's a little bit of garbage here, but for the amount of seaweed, it's very clean of garbage. Yes. They kind of do the best they can to keep the tourists happy, to keep the upper side of the beach clean, and get rid of as much of the seaweed as they can. Come this way with the music. Absolutely. Clean, great service, endless food. If you want endless seaweed,
There's patches of beaches that are where there's less sargassum.
island just off the shore.
And Isla Mujeres, it's pretty clean from sargassum too. It's just here, let's say mid Cancun and southern Cancun, that the issue with the sargassum is worst.
I'm sure it has something to do with the coastline.
Yes. There you go.
We can expand it.
Another turtle egg, or what's left of it.
It's like the whole thing is still here. It didn't break apart. We get a accurate sizing.
Wow, that is awesome.
A little bit bigger than a golf ball. Almost perfectly round. And they tore their way through. It's like they started here and then got out on this side.
Beautiful.
And then made their way to the surface and out to the sea through the seaweed.
Yes. Arturo, we are in Cancun, Mexico. This is in front of the Ibero Star Hotel. They have a lot of sightings of turtles nesting, and yeah. Our family saw one of the turtles nesting yesterday, so it was pretty special. Very, very special sighting yesterday. Hi, Ed. Ed is saying that he had his honeymoon here in
Nice.
85. The heat index right now, it's pretty hot. Jorge, I would say
What's the temperature in the
90,
90s?
96, 97.
I think actual temperature is probably about 89 to 91, 92.
Correct. It's
Definitely
a gorgeous day in
not stopping
Mexico.
off parasailing.
Oops, let me.
They're getting a fresh, cool breeze up there. And the blue one, when they get closer, they actually are running a raft on it now. So you don't have to actually get wet, I guess. They pull you off the beach on a raft and then put you up in the air.
Iveluna, hi. She's from San Diego, California.
California. Nice.
Beautiful beaches in California.
Water's a little bit chilly for you there, though.
Yes.
This is like bathtub water here.
No, the temperature of the water is amazing. And as we mentioned, at this point, there are cleaner beaches northern of Cancun. This is just the middle and southern piece of it. Here we have a jet skiing. There you go. Fast and Furious.
The problem with them is trying to get back out and get that seaweed up into the
Mm-hmm.
intakes.
Jorge from Chicago. Nice. Hi, Iris.
Countries, all the states up there. Doing our walk here in Cancun. About 20 minutes out of and the seaweed. So that's one of the problems is they're losing so much sand during the erosion. They're pulling up the seaweed that they're sheep. We got that full action yesterday on the ride.
So, yes, Ed, we were reading earlier today that they are repurposing it and they are recycling it as bioplastics, biofuels, and also as fertilizer. So they're making the best they can to repurpose it. We were also reading that Dominican Republic and Mexico are entering in a dual effort, right? To
Stop it in its path.
to make it better.
One of the key things is they can stop it before it gets to the shore. They won't have a problem. The only benefit letting it get here is the wildlife living inside the sargassum underneath it has a chance to escape. Rather than if they're collecting it out of the ocean, they're just disposing of all the sea life. As we talked about earlier, there's everything from micro shrimp, several species of that. There's sargassum fish that we have fed now. There's trigger fish. There's sea slug. It's just like the sargassum. All ecosystems along with different types of crabs. Or like blue crabs and sargassum crabs. And all that feeds the leafy fish underneath. The mahi, the tuna, the marlin, the whole food chain. Back in the 80s, these were all really never find it down there.
Hola Enrique de Chile. Thanks for joining us. Gracias por unirte. We have Shad asking, what is the smell like? Believe me, Shad, if it was very bad, I wouldn't be here.
I think because they're removing it so quickly during the winter, there's not much clear long-term rotting.
Yeah.
And we have good ocean breeze, good pressure elevated. It's not bad.
The smell is not at all. Yep. So I think they're removing it before it gets rotten. You know.
But there's definitely a lot of you see here with the animals eating the nutrients and the animals that they make.
Yep. We saw a lot of crews yesterday, kind of removing it. We understand that they're not here today because it's Saturday, but from Monday to Friday, it seems they have crews here removing it from the beach.
Definitely at least 20, 30 people out here. They had 2 tractors going. It was quite an impressive operation. They were only working on about 3 hotels. I don't think that's part of the coastline industry and the individual hotels paying for service.
Yes. You know, they say they saw when they walked earlier that they saw some nests. Okay.
Here we go back home.
Yep.
Another pile here, at least 3 feet tall. Keep those coming. And what they're doing is they're using extension cords to get it from here up to the top.
Do not. We are in front of the Iberostar Hotel right now. So basically, we are kind of in the middle, right? It's from the middle to the south of Cancun that the situation is like this in terms of the sargassum.
And they said it's worse towards Tulum, which is about an hour and a half south of here.
Correct. But basically, we currently are here in front of the Iberostar Hotel.
And that is about 20 minutes south by car from the airport of Cancun.
Correct.
The screen's staying clear.
Yep. Oh,
Sorry, cooling
something
fan?
went out here. Is that okay?
I don't know. We lost our microphone for a minute. We might have lost the microphone, so we apologize for any wind noise. But we'll deal with it. And our cooling fan's definitely working as we bear the heat here in Cancun. Dealing with the, see, we hear somewhere up into the layers, like sedimentary rock. Sedimentary seaweed up here.
Layers.
Hard to imagine. You've seen other inlets and stuff where the whole inlet is full of it. Puerto Rico, we were in a little basin or marina, and it was just wall-to-wall seaweed. And then I've seen videos from the Florida Keys, that the entire inlet into the neighborhood of a town was nothing but seaweed. The boats can do okay with it, but the jet skis have problems. The jet boats, because it's quite close to a foot thick, floating in the water. Here we see another wave, seaweed line coming in. Again, every wave that crashes on land is bringing more seaweed in. Just amazing. All in all, I'm very surprised. Yeah, very clean beaches. That's all we found so far for the most part. Can't see if anybody else out there is experiencing seaweed from the boat. We haven't had it on the west coast of Florida. We definitely get it on the east coast. Miami, Florida. depend on the currents being stuck with the seaweed. So they're not encouraging guests to be in the water, but they're not stopping. And they also have the sharks following the seaweed in because of the food chain that seaweed creates. One of the flies.
Hi, Felix. Hi, Jason.
How you guys doing?
Hi, Manolo.
Welcome everybody. Thank everybody for helping making this channel faster than it is right now. We should be able to get back to feeding the tarpon next week. Those have turned out really well. A lot of excitement there. Basically hand catching tarpon on the rock, the docks down in Alabama. Here again, there's
Someone's asking if you think it will be better in October.
October should definitely be better. It is one seasonal thing. So definitely less when there's less sunlight, less heat. But it's pulling all the nutrients out of the water. It's definitely a phase thing where it's worse every summer.
Eileen, you're totally right. There's a bunch of tons in Florida, in Dominican Republic, and some even in Puerto Rico.
Even up to Texas.
Yep.
But anything Gulf related and Caribbean, it's all being affected. I think the Sargassum Sea is out past Bermuda, middle of the Atlantic, and that's kind of where this stuff feeds from. And then there's obviously more growing out throughout the Caribbean.
Hi, for those of you joining, we're currently in Cancun, Mexico. We're in front of the Iberostar Hotel. We have had an amazing time here, like always. It's just the first time that we see so much sargassum, right? Yep. We call them the sargassum icebergs.
Okay, Sargassum iceberg.
Hola, Mili. We think, Mili, it's gonna be better in October because the waters are cooler, right? One of the things that make the sargassum issue worse, we were talking a little bit about it earlier, it's the warmer waters and the heat, right? The how hot is it? So October should certainly be better, right? But
Definitely better. So it's going to take a little while to be gone. A little bit of education and a little bit better prevention.
then again, we have had a great time in Cancun. You know, the pool, the hotel, the food, the service, the margaritas, the tacos.
And there's plenty of excursions if you want to get out to remote islands or other beaches.
Right. You can get an excursion to Isla Mujeres, where the effect of the sargassum is not as bad. You can go and see the pyramids, you know, the Chichen Itza, which is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. You can go to the cenotes, which is basically amazing spring water holes. And
Those are caves.
yeah, correct. And you can just enjoy the amazing Mexican culture, right?
And there's no smell on the beach. You have a lot of fresh clean air off the ocean. So out here apparently Monday through Friday from what we can see, trying to clean it up. So they're doing everything they can to make it better for everybody.
Oh, those are the nests. Mira, right? Wow. We're seeing a bunch. Our family walked earlier today and told us that there were a lot of nests, turtle nests. And I think we're getting into that area
Here's
up
one
there.
of the eggs we found earlier.
Oh, we found that egg earlier. Yeah.
So luckily found almost an entire egg. And what they're doing here is they actually dig up the turtle nest as they're being laid. And if this is correct, this is the right spot, they're moving it over to a quarantine area. They can
To
then
protect
control
them. Uh-huh.
their hatching process. And then once they've hatched, they would then release them back out into the water at a safe time. But between, I don't think there's a law here against harvesting them yourself. I think this is a nest here.
Uh-oh. So we shouldn't.
Well, no, I think they've already taken them out.
There you go.
So this prevents people from poaching them, as well as them running the tractors back and forth. But you see the tractor saying they're not going to damage the nest by removing the baby. Looks like they have a place where they're going to hatch it later on, and now they're going to use it for turtle nesting in the next series.
So we're gonna try to get closer to it.
The rest of the wildlife is just the people here, and they're so full they're not worried about leaving. All the seabirds are just hanging out on the seaweed.
Oh yes. There you go. We have some of these birds looking for food, right?
These guys are very full because they have unlimited supply coming in.
And we're trying to head to the place where they're protecting the turtle nest. It seems they have a lot of turtles in this area, which is kind of strange because it's very lighted at night with all these hotels, right?
Well, turtles come back to the nest where they're born. And the
Oh,
light's not going to harm the turtle coming here to the nest. It harms the turtle here.
wow.
Each stake has its nest.
Wow.
They have their information on them.
Wow. They're making a great job.
And you can see all the fresh hatchlings here. All the fresh turtle eggs that have hatched.
So they're protecting every.
More up here, a bigger section. They've got them all documented.
Hi, One Lost Gringo. That's a cool name. One Lost Gringo. So they reposition the turtle nests to protect them.
As they're laid at night, they harvest them immediately.
Wow,
They
pretty cool.
relocate them to individual nests.
Pretty cool. Our family saw one turtle laying there, her eggs yesterday. Yes, we were too tired, and we were sleeping already.
It was Cancun party. It was too long.
Too much margaritas, and we wake up yesterday at 3 a.m. in the morning, so we were sleeping early. Yep. So we're gonna try to stay tonight to see if we catch.
This quarantine area is only half full, a little bit more, so they're ready for their next set of turtles.
Hi from Thailand.
Island, nice.
Another paradise.
Whole world to check in today. We're exploring the beaches of Cancun, about 20 miles south of the airport. 20 minutes. Only about 10 or 15 minutes.
It's very hot actually here in Cancun as we speak.
But the sea breeze feels amazing.
Wow.
All markers of turtle nests that have been relocated from the beach. Like I was saying earlier, the lights are more so an issue for the hatchlings because because they're looking for the moonlight to guide them back to the sea. Not as much for the mother turtles laying their eggs.
Okay. But then why they have all these locations where we go, where they change all their white lights for
For
red
the baby
lights?
turtles when they hatch,
Okay.
not to come inland. They want the baby turtles to go out to the ocean
I get it
looking
now.
for the moon rising.
Okay. I get it now.
The turtles will come out of the sand just after very dark, and the moon is just on the horizon, so they go to the moonlight for the ocean.
Hi, gentle cream pie. Thanks for joining. So this is all the repositioning of turtle eggs to
Turtle nest.
protect them. Turtle nest to
Actually, you
protect
can see on
them.
the front here, nest after nest after nest that they dug up.
Yep.
And somehow the turtle has ingrained in its memory where it was born,
And she comes back.
and she comes back to lay her eggs where she was born after spending many years on the open ocean. And their main battle right now is getting out over the hills of seaweed and to the mass piles of seaweed in the ocean. But the good thing is that they do have plenty of food once they get out.
Hi, buenos días.
Disposal can we get next to the next resort.
Very good security too. A lot of
Peaceful security.
very peaceful security and friendly security. Patrolling the beaches and
Even the airport was secure but not overpowering.
yep. We come pretty, let's say, one or twice a year to the Tulum area. This this we have it's our first time in Cancun. We usually don't come to Cancun, but it has been a great experience. Great service at the hotel. It's always amazing food here in Mexico. The freshness of the fruits. Uh, Great entertainment in the hotel too. We
Their own unique version of the foods.
correct. We're celebrating the 15th birthday, the quinceañera of one of our nieces. So she was the one who selected Cancun, and we have had an amazing time here. So don't let the sarcasm keep you from coming because the weather is amazing. The pools are amazing. The service is amazing. The food is amazing. The Mexican culture, it's amazing. So it has been a lot of fun.
Very hospitable. Anything you want, they'll get it for you right away within their power.
And there's port northern beaches where the beaches are clear. There's not a lot of sargassum, and there's always a tour to Isla Mujeres, who has also portions free of sargassum. So you can still experience great beaches in Cancun.
I'm gonna show the difference. I'll bring it
Yep.
up here.
There he goes.
This is the seaweed just washing up. Still looks decent for being fresh, but it's definitely on its last legs. Now, the next stage, you can see underneath, very soggy looking, and then little by little, it dries out if it's left naturally on the beach. It'll decompose just back into nutrients for the beach.
Yep.
But it's coming up so much that they definitely have to manually take it out and machinery take it out. There were comments yesterday about using bulldozers, but they would just lose way too much sand doing that. I think with the raking that they're doing, it makes it cleaner for when they're repurposing fuel and plastics and fertilizer. There's definitely no shortage of it. wave brings in more. We're luckily just off the beach. The water turns the beautiful Mexican blue. Crystal clean water is just off the beach. You guys aren't fearful like they everywhere else.
They have an attitude.
Full of seaweed. We definitely have plenty of your beach hangout spots and beach activities. You want to hang out on the beach. Some of the hotels have more beach than others. This one here actually has a pool on the beach.
They're
Quite a bit of real
infinity.
estate of sand here.
You have the infinity pool.
Infinity pool overlooking the ocean. Not a bad way to spend the day. I did a walkthrough of our hotel earlier today. You can catch if you like. They have 3 big pools and then a line of little personal adult pools. And there was a couple other pools we couldn't get to up on the top floor somewhere. There's definitely plenty of pools to go relax. These are all about 5 feet deep, so it's just walkable and just float and relax. Activities all day. Or go eat all day.
Or drink all day.
They bring it to you, you can go get it, whatever you want.
Just relaxing.
What they lose in beach access, they make up in food and drinks.
We're getting back to the Sargassum iceberg area. We have never seen it like this anywhere.
Foot thick of blue seaweed right there. I guess at some point we'll have to replenish the beach with sand so they take care of this. Either pump it in or start pumping it in out of the ocean.
So the water, someone's asking to show the water. Here I go to Fox Killer 9905. So you can see the water.
Let's see if I can go up higher.
Okay.
Caught on our arm. Unfortunately, we got a battery holding onto a cooling fan. But just offshore, you can see how the water turns blue. The water is still very, very clean in the open water. It's just right along shoreline. The seaweed has nowhere else to go but the shoreline. And it's definitely not stopping the parasails and the jet skis offshore. I don't know if you can zoom in on the boat over here, where they have the inflatable attached to the parasail.
Ah, I'm doing it wrong. Got it.
On the back of the boat, just make it out. It's like a floating lounge chair they attach to the parasail, which is great because you can bring that up to the beach. You never get covered in the seaweed. And for us joining in, we found a turtle egg. It was hatched,
Oops,
but that is the basic size, but it's a little bit bigger than a golf ball. Maybe the same size as a golf ball.
Same size, yes.
And very similar to a snake or an iguana egg. Leathery.
Let me touch it.
It's getting brittle now because it's getting dry.
Oh, yes.
So a few minutes ago, we were just at a turtle nest sanctuary where they dig them out. It definitely helps them to know when they're going to hatch to protect the animal, and it protects the animal from the construction work here on the beach to clean up the seaweed. You know, take up as much as we can on the way around, but overall, the beach is very clean.
Very clean beaches, yes.
I think our South Florida beach
Another
is much
seven.
worse than this. We've done several cleanups down in the Florida Keys. And, oh, we got a Coast Guard helicopter, a private helicopter, something going by. Check that out. Wow, you can feel the breeze all the way from here.
Yes. Pretty cool.
Checking out the coastline. The interesting thing about being on the beach, you never know what's going to be your next lookout point. Animals, the helicopters, mounds of seaweed.
It's coming back this way?
He's coming over the land. He went over the hotel land.
Okay. Are you behaving? Are you sure they're not looking up for you?
I am behaving myself in Mexico. One place I want to go home from. I like to visit here. I don't know if I want to live here.
Why is that? There they are. So they're certainly looking for something.
I want a place I'm not afraid of drinking water anyway.
Huh?
One place I'm not afraid of drinking water. Checking out something on the beach.
Probably they're also recording the sargassum. We were reading that this year has been record breaking in terms of the tons of sargassum received. They were saying that a month worth of sargassum this year has been way more than what they got the whole year last year. So it is certainly a big issue that they're working to resolve.
Another hotel with the infinity pool right on the beach. Not a bad way to have a pool.
Hello, Russia.
Wow.
Thanks for joining. We are directly from? Yes.
Miami, Florida.
Yes.
And we're now in Cancun. 20
And
minutes out of the airport.
correct. We're recording this video from Cancun, Mexico.
On the all-inclusive strip. All the all-inclusive hotels on the beach. It's really one place you can come and never have to leave if you don't want to. Entertainment, food, drinks, lounging.
Relaxing, spa, massages.
Everything you need. If you want to explore, they provide all that for you as well.
Beautiful sightings. We were talking earlier, you have Chichen Itza, which is one of the new 7 wonders of the world. You have water parks, natural parks. You have spring water caves, amazing food, amazing music, the richness of Mexican culture. We have had a lot of fun. This sargassum, yes, it's situation that they're working on, but believe me, you can have a lot of fun
They're
still.
having fun in it right now. They're having seaweed fights. So they're making the best of it for sure.
Correct. And there, we were saying also earlier that there are beaches northern of here that are clearer from Sargassum, and Isla Mujeres also is another option to experience clear water beaches.
If the issue here was we're just into the line and within like a horseshoe basin, so it's catching from all the angles. We have a lot of turtle activity lately. What happened?
Jay saying that he's asking, is that dog water? A dog bite my toe, so I no swim in dog water.
That is one concern that the hotel management has right now, is the layers of seaweed that are coming in are bringing in jellyfish and they're bringing in sharks. The jellyfish are just drifting along with the current, but the sharks and other fish are following the seaweed for all the food that it brings in with it. So it is a mild concern. They discourage it, but they don't stop you from going in the water either. Going back to the discount jet ski rental. If you can get it started, you can ride it for free.
Oops.
Go back to the bar. There's an ice cold drink. You want soda, you want slushies, an adult drink, they got whatever you need. And again, no one does deter you from coming here. It's just something to encourage everybody to realize what's going on. Because it's a real part of life right now. See the wave that is coming in here. Nothing like yesterday, but it definitely comes in in big patches.
And you can see what we have called sargassum icebergs.
Mountains and mountains of seaweed. So we're gonna turn back now. Appreciate everybody for joining in. Trying to clean up information on the seaweed problem. Just our new subscribers. Thanks for sharing and liking this stuff. We really appreciate it. Let's see this update you on. Hopefully this is good again. Until next time, we'll catch you later.
Thank you.